Alright, so we have completed the main storyline. After doing so, when you load back into the game, it puts you right before your rest point, which is the point of no return. So that's kind of where we're starting timeline-wise. But today we are going into the Frozen Wilds. As you've seen on your map, there are these blue question marks. There's one here that says New Quest. There's one up here by Day Tower. And there's another one all the way up here by the Grave Horde. And you can go to any one of these 3 question marks and they will give you the same quest. Since we're already right here by this one, I'm just going to go ahead and head there.
I love this bit.
So if you have already downloaded the Frozen Wilds or have bought the complete edition like I did, you don't have to wait until the end of the game in order to start it. You can go to the Frozen Wilds at any point that you get this quest. So you could be going there at level 20 if you wanted to.
What's the problem?
Betrayal. By my own blood. I was meant to go on a machine hunting expedition to the Banuk Wilds with real hunters. Then the rumors began. New machines, an evil miasma, many dead Banuk, and so on and so forth. So my father won't allow me to go. Says there's too much danger for a noble scion.
Do you always do what your father tells you?
Yes, of course.
Have you ever actually hunted machines?
I've had our bearers carry a lance horn for me to shoot at. Its movement was fearfully realistic.
What kind of new machines?
That's exactly it. My father doesn't even know. He only heard whispers in the Sun Court.
And the evil miasma?
Who knows what those tent-dwelling savages consider evil? Or a miasma. I just want to hunt, honestly. Why even give me a sword for my 16th year? What's a sword for if not for brandishing?
Hunting in the Banuk Wilds. Do you mean Banur?
Oh, no. That's so far from the sun's light. The expedition would be swallowed up. It's a place they call the Cut. Something of a no man's land from, you know.
The war?
But now it makes for excellent hunting. There's a pass through the northeastern mountains.
I guess I'll have to look into these rumors myself.
It's beyond the Grave Horde, past the northeastern mountains. You can't mean to go alone to that sun-forsaken place. I suppose Outlanders can do whatever they please. By the sun, if only I wasn't born noble!
Yeah, sounds tough.
And we get the new side quest into the Frozen Wilds. And so that's what we are going to be looking into. And of course that takes us all the way up here. So just past the Grave Horde. So if you wanted to start right in, you can go to the blue question mark up here by the Grave Horde. And just kind of just take off from there. Either way it requires a fast travel, so 6 of one, half of the other, doesn't really matter. So right here by the campfire there are some handholds cut into the mountain. But before we start climbing up, I do have some leftover skill points from the main story to go ahead and put in. I've already got some from the Traveler Tree. This is new to the Frozen Wilds expansion. So we are going to fill this tree out now. Shard Salvager I got during the main storyline because it is just amazing. And Hoarder is another great one that increases your inventory space. So obviously go for those first. Mounted pickup is great if you're traveling a lot because you can just gather resources while mounted. And then we'll just continue down the tree line to where we can now repair machines. And Dismount Strike. We definitely want to learn this one because there is an achievement for getting so many dismount strikes. So definitely grab that one as soon as you can. God, I hope I never have to fight one of those guys. Looks like we've hit another little dead end of sorts. So there's a little campfire here, not one that you can save at, but it's a good marker.
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your task.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Well, forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh? So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future. Or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy. Be prepared.
Oh, what's that?
This one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it.
Oh, shit. Demonic Scorcher. Looks like we got some new machines up in here. Just keep going up and up and up and up some more. Whew.
Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony. The Ray's been gone a long time. You died on Thunder's drum.
Must be something big going on.
The young
Most of the village
hunters
is moving
have
towards
learned
that
a
smoke.
lesson from Thunder's drum. Sometimes, loss died on Thunder's drum. Your songs will not be forgotten.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrin, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead. But not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky, and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies. Our prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Aurea, spouting on about spirits and demons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Aurea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her. But no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
Have you ever heard of a man named Silence? Tall, deadly serious, cables in his skin? Like a shaman?
I've heard that name once or twice, but always whispered. Like some boogeyman the Banuk want to forget. I'm not sure what went down, but I got the impression he messed with the Conclave. Or they messed with him.
Conclave?
All the most important shamans gather in Banur from time to time to keep up with the latest mumbo-jumbo. No idea how they all fit into one tent without those crazy headdresses getting locked up on each other. Aurea's been to that shindig, but when I asked her what it's like, she just gave me a dirty look. So if you want to know more, you'll have to find her and make her like you, I guess. Good luck.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth. Filled with wild animals. You think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Well, believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Aurea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed him.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Aurea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Aurea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Aurea came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
What are these Warwicks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Warwicks come and go. Some last as long as metal. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Warwicks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Warwick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Aurea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No. Independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
I want to know more about this Damon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Aurea. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if
Damon's
Aratak could tell
markings
me more
are
about
fierce,
Aurea or Thunder's Drum.
but a skilled hunter doesn't
Maybe
let
worth a shot.
fear wound.
Alright, so it looks like we've got a thread to follow at least.
We're fortunate that Aurea favored Sekuli.
But I do see some new quests.
Someday that Tommy is gonna just topple over and crush
No more music. Blood.
Oh. Looks like we have some new weapons. They require blue gleam. Alright. Well, we know what to look for now. What else do we have here? Special items. So there is a map for animal figurines, pigments, and blue gleam, which are going to be the new collectibles in the expansion. So as soon as we find some goats and badgers, we will be able to purchase those.
Good to see you.
So further back up the road, we have another merchant. It looks like this is your basic Karja merchant that sells your normal stuff. Looks like this merchant offers some free stuff. Whatever these are. So a culling bow, trailblazer outfit, a mighty bow, a ranger outfit. Alright, let's see what these are. We've got a culling bow box. So we can get the Banuk culling bow, Banuk trailblazer outfit, the Karja mighty bow, and the Karja storm ranger outfit. See, I've also had this Tear Blaster weapon box in my inventory for a while, so we'll go ahead and pop that on too. That's another new weapon with the Frozen Wilds. Basic elemental resistance and damage resistance. Alright. I think we'll keep the shield weaver though. Let's give our new weapons a look-see. Looks like the culling bow is just another hunter bow because it's got the same kind of weapons on it. A specialized hunter bow with improved tear capabilities. Alright. I mean, I've already got my hunter's bow. Well, the Shadow Hunter bow is a little bit better, so I think I'll go ahead and hold on to that. The Karja Mighty Bow is another specialized hunter bow. Looks like it's got more damage. Not by much. And the Tear Blaster. Close range weapons, strips armor and components from machines. Alright, we'll give that one a shot.
You'll be able to see her.
And we get a tutorial for the Tear Blaster, which we'll get to here in a bit.
When the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small, it was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banu Kai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banu Kai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banu Kai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. "You bid me come," she said. "My people need aid. Will you provide it?" The machines whispered to Banu Kai. "We go where the light goes, for we are its chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light for long. Carry it to your people if you must, but the cost will be great." Banu Kai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banu Kai, piercing her skin, filling her up. Banu Kai did not scream, though she was in agony. Banu Kai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home, and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her, but the machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the ravenous tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Banu Kai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The ravenous tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Banu Kai's people repaid the suffering the ravenous tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Banu Kai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads, and her Werak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky, and for just a moment, before life left her, Banu Kai knew the truth of the blue light, and she felt peace. We remember Banu Kai, the first to crawl from the cave beneath the world, brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe, we remember her. And we will not forget.
Do not harvest as the other tribes harvest. Show respect for the machines who died so we might live.